Physical inactivity contributes to an estimated 3.2 million deaths globally each year. For many adults over 50, the warning does not begin as chest pain. It begins as heavy legs, sluggish waking, a thick band of brain fog in the first hour after your eyes open. Everything you have been told about that feeling is a dangerous half-truth. It is not just aging. It is metabolic rust. Your internal engine never fully switches on, and the drag you feel before breakfast is the first symptom. Dr. Howard Tucker, MD, born in 1922, is not selling theory from a studio chair. He is a neurologist who remains mentally active past 100. Living proof in a white coat. His message stays brutally simple. Keep moving. Do not retire from motion. Do not retire from purpose. But there is a detail hidden inside that advice that most people miss. The same walk does not always land with the same biological force. Timing changes the signal. What if the anti-aging effect is not just that you walk, but when you walk? And the number most people chase may be discouraging millions for no reason. 10,000. A clean, marketable number. But not a biological law. Why do so many people blame age when the real warning sign appears before breakfast? Dr. Tucker's longevity pattern aligns with what large activity guidelines and cohort data keep showing. Daily movement preserves function. Daily movement protects mood. Daily movement lowers mortality risk. Yet the first hour of the day remains where the sabotage often starts. You wake up. You sit. You scroll. You sip sugar. You ask your body for energy before you have primed the machinery that makes it. If a short walk can change so much, the real question is what exactly is going wrong inside the body before that first step. The villain is insulin resistance. In engineering terms, it is rust and sludge building inside the body's fuel lines. The gatekeeper key, insulin, still knocks. But the locks on the muscle cells do not respond with the same clean precision. Glucose stays in the bloodstream longer. Fuel circles the system with nowhere efficient to dock. Pressure rises. Friction rises. The engine turns over badly. That is why your legs can feel heavy on the stairs before the day has even started. That is why your thoughts can feel padded with cotton by mid-morning. The microscope view is uglier than the symptom. After too little movement and poor light timing, muscle tissue clears less glucose from the blood. The sugar molecule keeps drifting through the circulation like sticky residue in a hydraulic line. It bumps the vessel wall. It irritates the endothelium, the body's Teflon coating. That coating should be slick, protective, non-stick. Instead it becomes scratched and reactive. Less nitric oxide. Less vascular lubricant. More stiffness. More drag. Your arteries lose their easy glide. Your mitochondria, those cellular power plants, receive the signal of underuse. They downshift. They produce energy less cleanly. More sparks. More free radical shrapnel. Less output. The alarm system shifts too. Circadian timing drifts. Cortisol, the alarm that never stops when mistimed, rises and falls on the wrong schedule. Now you are tired at the wrong hour. Hungry at the wrong hour. Awake when repair should begin. Read that again. A pill can lower a number on a lab report and still leave the muscle starved of training, the power plants understimulated, and the clock unsynchronized. That is the false comfort. Standard medicine can improve glucose, pressure, or cholesterol. It often must. But it does not automatically restore muscular glucose disposal. It does not replace the mechanical sweep of contracting leg muscles pulling fuel out of circulation. It does not replace the daylight signal hitting the retina and telling the central clock when morning begins. And once the rust spreads, it does not stop at fatigue. A new threat appears. Endothelial dysfunction. The Teflon coating degrades. Blood vessels lose flexibility. Sleep quality erodes. The next morning starts with even more heaviness, even more fog, even less willingness to move. Dr. Tucker has watched what happens when people withdraw from motion and let the system idle. Decline loves idling. It turns a temporary slump into a daily operating mode. And once you see the hidden rust, the morning habit that starts dissolving it becomes almost embarrassingly simple. The intervention is morning outdoor brisk walking. Not as decoration. Not as optional bonus movement. As targeted mechanical medicine. Within 1 to 2 hours of waking, a brisk walk of 21 to 30 minutes begins flushing the lines. The large muscles of the legs contract in rhythm. That contraction acts like an auxiliary pump. Glucose is pulled out of the bloodstream and into working tissue. The fuel that was circling uselessly now gets burned. Insulin does not have to shout as loudly. The pressure eases. At the same time, blood flows faster across the vessel wall. That friction is not damage here. It is a therapeutic polish. Shear stress tells the endothelium to release more nitric oxide, the vascular lubricant, helping the pipes relax instead of clamp down. Then comes the part most people miss. Morning light. Outdoor light enters the eyes and hits the timing system in the brain with a signal indoor living cannot match. The body clock calibrates. Cortisol rises when it should. Melatonin is more likely to arrive when it should. The engine learns morning again. That is why the same walk may deliver a different payoff early in the day than if all movement is postponed until evening. Not because morning is magic for every human on earth. Because morning lets one habit do 2 jobs at once. It moves fuel. It resets timing. Dr. Howard Tucker embodies that principle. Keep the machine in use. Keep the mind in use. Keep the day structured by movement instead of hesitation. Here is the protocol in plain terms. Walk outdoors if possible. Start within 1 to 2 hours of waking. Go 21 to 30 minutes. Brisk pace. You can talk. You cannot sing comfortably. Let daylight hit your eyes for at least 5 to 10 minutes during that window. And do not flood the system with a sugary breakfast before the walk. Do not pour syrup into pipes you are trying to clear. There is another myth to strip out here. 10,000 steps is not the threshold between failure and success. It never was. In several step count cohorts, meaningful mortality benefit appears lower, often around 6,000 to 8,000 steps a day in older adults. That matters because discouragement is a metabolic toxin of its own. If you believe anything under 10,000 is worthless, you quit at 3,000. You call the day lost. You stop sending the signal. But biology rewards more than perfection. It rewards repetition. It rewards load applied daily. It rewards calibration. After the walk, feed the pathway you just opened. Oatmeal is one option. Not a dessert bowl drowned in syrup. A functional dose of oats or oat bran that provides about 3 grams of beta-glucan across the day. That soluble fiber thickens the digestive stream, slows glucose absorption, and helps manage LDL.